Hello friends, this is Jennifer Terri and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will answer your questions. As promised, this is another Q&A video. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with Ricardo Marasigan. Hi Jen, I have a question. We are traveling back to the Philippines this coming May 24th, me and my wife. Do we have to get 2 rooms or 2 accommodations, or can we share the room since we are husband and wife? Please reply. Alright, so this question we've mentioned this in our last video. So with family quarantines, husbands and wife, father, mother, children, the thing is different hotels, different rules. So some hotels allow it, some hotels don't. So please, before you book, call the hotel if they allow it. Don't assume that just because you clarified in your booking that you're 2 adults and 1 child and then you booked only 1 room, if they don't allow it, they will ask you to book another room. So the safe thing to do is to call them before booking. I mentioned yesterday of some hotels that allow families to quarantine together. That's Hotel Sogo, Kimberly Hotel, Copacabana, Heritage Hotel, Hotel Dulciana in Cebu. So that's all I know for now. Next question we have from Asa Dude. Tell me na, as a foreigner, I just need my US passport to go Pinas. I miss your country. Alright, so the visa-free privileges for Americans and all the other countries is still suspended. The Philippines is still closed for foreign tourists. Next up, we have Lorna Lasangan. My mother-in-law is a US citizen. Can she enter the Philippines if she travels with her daughter, who is an adult and a dual citizen? Her husband is a former Filipino but deceased. Thank you. Can she travel to the Philippines? So let's I assuming that she's asking whether her mother-in-law is visa-free balikbayan. No, because the balikbayan privilege is only for former Filipino and foreign spouse and children of Filipinos and former Filipinos. Mother-in-law is not. Even if she travels with her daughter who is a dual citizen, no. So she will need to apply for a visa to enter the Philippines. Next we have Kai Cebu. Hi Jen, my husband is Canadian. He is applying for a 9A visa now. Is he allowed to enter the Philippines alone since I'm in the Philippines now? Yes, that's the point of the 9A visa, so he can travel to the Philippines by himself to reunite with you. So for 9A visa holders who are foreign spouse of Filipinos, your 9A visa, your marriage certificate, and a pre-booked quarantine hotel for 6 nights. That's all you need. Next up, we have from Janet Grace Hansen, Phil American Baby. Hi Jen, my fiance has applied for a 9A visa. We have a child and he is in the birth certificate of the child. Is that okay if he shows that? I think she's referring to the birth certificate. Does he need a return ticket? Alright. Do 9A visa holders, immediate families of Filipinos need a return ticket? So I inquired with the immigration and they said that you don't need it. Okay, you don't need it. You can explain to the immigration officer that you intend to stay longer, you intend to extend your visa. And also another way is to book a flight, an itinerary, an unpaid ticket. Okay, you know how you can book online and not actually pay it, so you can screenshot that and you can show that to the immigration officer. We have from Maria Isabel Salcedo. US citizen not allowed. I'm a former Filipino. I need a visa. So I've noticed these questions now. It seems like many people are still not familiar with the balikbayan privilege. Alright, so you are a US citizen and you are a former Filipino. You are allowed to enter the Philippines visa-free. Okay, 1 year visa-free stay. You just need your old Philippine passport or your birth certificate plus a pre-booked quarantine hotel for 6 nights. That's it. Next, we have Elvira Hitchcock. I'd like to know if there's any changes on quarantine, especially for travelers with full COVID-19 vaccinations. So there is no changes for vaccinated travelers. Yes, the Philippines have started rolling out their vaccinations, but no changes on the quarantine rules for vaccinated travelers yet. Okay, so it's the same protocols whether you are vaccinated or not. Next question we have from Ricky Gonzalez. Is it true that we cannot stay together in the quarantine hotel while waiting for a COVID test? We are husband and wife. That's not true, okay? Some hotels don't allow it, then don't book with them. Find a hotel that allows it. Charles Perry. How about if your air ticket is coming from the US to Clark Airport? Do you still have to quarantine in Manila before they let you fly to Clark Airport? Or will you have to quarantine in Clark, Pampanga? I assume that his flight is US to Manila to Clark. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is where is your first port of entry. The first Philippine airport that you arrived in, that's where you're gonna do your testing and quarantine. So if your flight is US to Manila to Clark, then you do the quarantine and testing in Manila. You stay there for at least 6 days before you can move on to your domestic flight. Next we have Victoria Escolar. If we are in the hotel being quarantined, how can we get the result of our swab? Through what? Alright, so Victoria, when you registered for your COVID test, you filled out your email, your basic information. So anyway, the result of your COVID test will be sent to your email. Alright, next question is from Rose Angel Lama. Can't we just book directly when we arrive in the Philippines? I'm a foreign passport holder. So I'm assuming that Rose is talking about the quarantine hotel. So can foreign passport holders rebook the quarantine hotel when they arrive in the Philippines? The thing is, the immigration was clear. If you are a foreigner, you need to pre-book your quarantine hotel prior to arriving in the Philippines, okay? And also the thing is, foreign airlines will ask for it. Where is your pre-booked quarantine hotel? So, Rose, you need to pre-book your quarantine hotel. Since you are a foreign passport holder, you will be treated like a foreign national because, you are. Next question we have Henry Encarnacion. Thank you very much for all the info. Only thing is you never respond to some of the questions about the baggage with them. I'm sorry if I'm not able to respond to all of your questions. The thing is, I get so many questions, not just in YouTube, but also on my personal FB, Facebook, on my page. I really cannot. I don't have all the time to answer all the questions. So I really advise people to, when I upload a video, finish the whole video, man. Finish the whole video before you ask the question. Alright, let's go back to Henry's question. Are this baggage go with them in the hotel they book for 7 days? Okay, will your luggages or baggage go with you in a quarantine hotel? Yes, of course. Okay, you bring it with you. Next we have 7mm Hunter. I was supposed to get married in August, but I only have 2 weeks vacation and I will have to spend it in quarantine. Dave, I made a video the other day about how to reunite with your Filipino partners. I mentioned there the option of meeting in a third country and getting married there, or another option is to do online wedding. And if you're in the US, that's legal in the US. It's much easier and quicker for you if you are a US citizen actually. Anyway, check that video out, Dave. Next question is from Unicorn Master. Jennifer, my question is, may my girlfriend visit me while I'm in my quarantine hotel? Well, the point of quarantine is to isolate yourself. So your girlfriend cannot visit you while you're in quarantine. Just wait when your quarantine is over, then you can be together. Next question is from One Stop Clips. Didn't the president say he plans on reopening the economy when a certain number of vaccines are in the Philippines? I feel like it's going to reopen very soon. Alright, so with this one, yes, the president mentioned that if we get at least 20 to 40 million vaccines, he will open up the country. That's what he said. But the 20 to 40 million vaccines is still very far from now. They've had new deals, but they haven't arrived yet. Okay, so as for now, I don't feel like they're going to open very soon. Because apart from the vaccines, not, the 20 to 40 million vaccines is not yet there. Another thing is that the COVID-19 cases in the Philippines is increasing again. For a few consecutive days now, they've been having more than 3,000 cases. Next question is from Lilani Razuli. So I'm married to an American. It means my hubby can get balikbayan once we enter in the Philippines. Yes, your hubby can get the balikbayan visa. Okay, visa upon arrival, 1-year visa-free stay. Just bring your marriage certificate. Let's go to Andrew Tucker. Hi Jen, did you say in an earlier episode, I like that the Trace app had now been replaced with something else? I'll be departing this Saturday for Cebu. Right, good observation, Andrew. So yes, it was mentioned in an ITF resolution that a Stay Safe PH will be integrated, but it doesn't mean that it will be replaced. Integrated, that's what they said, but still the Trace app, that's the one that's still being used at the airport. So don't worry about that Stay Safe PH, just the Trace app. Next up, we have Lawson Koreker. Maybe you could ask Philippine Airlines why are they asking nearly 3 times the normal fare when the other airlines' prices have gone up slightly. I love PAL, but this is ridiculous. I know, right? Yes. I think, they're taking advantage because they are the only airlines that are flying direct flights for many, many routes. Next, we have Puti Da Reps. Do we need an RT-PCR test to fly to the Philippines? If you ask the Philippine government, no, but your airline or your transiting country might require it. So ask them, call them, do you require COVID test? Or does my transiting country requires a COVID test? What type of COVID test? And what's the validity of the test? Yeah. And that's all for this video, friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, comment down below. I don't mind doing this video. If you want me to do another one, go ahead and throw your questions. Shoot your questions. I'll see you again. Don't forget to like this video. I'll see you again with another travel update.